I know that this process for me is gonna have moments where it looks like this, where it looks like it's getting down to the wire and something's not gonna happen. But I needed this moment to really teach me how to strengthen my faith so that when I do get to those moments, I don't get scared and start making fear-based decisions. Hello, 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 beautiful souls, beautiful people. Got an eyelash in my mouth. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi and this is Uncensored Souls. If you have been here before, welcome back. And if this is your first time here, welcome. So I just wanted to share something with y'all real quick. I don't even know where to start with this. This might be a long video. I don't know. We'll see if I can shorten it. But anyway, so back in December, like the end of December, I think it was, I was, Lordy. I just had a brain fart. So I had took a break from Instagram in December, like the end of December. I wanted to just, I can't even remember the dates, but whatever, I think it was before Christmas or might have been right after Christmas, I don't know, but I took a few days off of Instagram and I said I was going to get back on, you know, when the year started. So in that time, I had like some real crazy things happening, like spiritually, that just kind of were like, wow, what in the world? Like, I remember one day I was just like really learning how to be present in the moment and enjoy like just being, you know what I mean? So it was one day when I like sat outside and did a meditation, and as soon as I opened my eyes, like a ladybug came and flew on my hand. But I also had heard like this message, and the reason that I was doing that, because now in that time I really should have been working because I had bills due. But something in me just said, don't work right now. Like, just take the time to really enjoy this moment and really focus on just learning how to be present. And so that's what I was doing. And I heard something in my head tell me that I had to like, I wish I would have wrote this down, y'all. See, I be journaling, but sometimes I don't be writing down the most important things that come to me. And so I can't remember exactly like word for word what I heard, but it was something along the lines of, I have to show people who they are and who God is, which to me, like, we are, like, God is in us. So essentially, like, we are God, God is us, you get what I mean? But I was thinking to myself, like, how am I supposed to do that? I'm still trying to understand who God is myself. And I also remembered hearing that, I didn't know why I heard this, but I remember hearing people are going to think you're crazy. And so I was like, okay, like, whatever, like, I still don't know what none of this means, but okay. And so I was going on about my days, being happy, enjoying life. And then all of a sudden, fear crept in and like shook my whole world up, because I realized that my rent was due like in a few days and I didn't have the money. And I was like, what have you been doing? Like, why weren't you working? You need money for your rent. But it was weird because I knew that there was something telling me not to work, which is why I wasn't working. But I started thinking like, I'm tripping. And so I got in my car, and at the time I was driving Lyft. So I drove so much, like from January until April. I drove every single day, with the exception of maybe 3 days in those 4 months. And I was killing myself, like trying to, you know, make money to make sure I had the money for my bills. And then even when January came around, my rent still ended up being late. Like, I had a red paper on my door telling me my rent was late. I ended up having to borrow $400 from I borrowed $200 from my uncle, $200 from my aunt, and I was just like, what was I thinking in that time? Somebody's calling me. I'm gonna call them back. But I was just like, what was I thinking? And so anyway, working. Got me some money around April. Enough money, like this was some money that I had been like praying for. Definitely feel like the amount that I got, I feel like I definitely manifested it because, excuse me, because it got like the exact amount that, like, I don't know if anybody else does the bay leaves where you write down what you want on the bay leaf and then you burn it. But what I got was exactly what I wrote down on the bay leaf. So I was like, okay. And the thing about it though is when I asked for this money, like I specifically asked for something that would allow me to take care of my bills, and, you know, have fun with, and just be able to focus on. There was a business that I had wanted to start, and I wrote that down, like that I wanted to be able to focus on that business. And so I have so many different fears when it comes to money. So what I didn't realize was that, like, because I was so afraid of not, because I had stopped, like once I got this money, at first I was still driving Lyft because I was like, you know, I still need to have money coming in. But then something happened with Lyft where I realized they was taking way more money than they should have. Like I done put all these miles on my car. If something was to happen to my car, Lyft would not take care of it. So I was like, it's time for me to stop driving Lyft. And so stop driving Lyft. And when I stopped driving Lyft, like at first I was cool, but then like it started to hit me like, you don't have no money coming in. Why is everybody calling me? Y'all, hold on. Okay, I'm back. I just had to put my phone on do not disturb. So anyway, I realized though that, you know, I didn't have any money coming in because I had stopped driving Lyft. But I knew, like, I was like, I'm not going back to Lyft. Like I'm not going back to working a regular job. I'm not going back to driving Lyft. Like, I need to figure out my own thing. And honestly, in January and up until this point, like, I had started this channel a few times. Like, I've made videos on this channel and then I would get in my head about it and I would make all the videos private and I would stop, and then I would start it up again, make some videos, and then stop. And this time I told myself, I was like, you know what? Just stick with it. Whatever happens, happens. But I wish that I would have really stuck with it back in January, because there's no telling where my channel would be right now if I would have done that. But the thing was, like, I just really wasn't 100% sure the direction that I wanted to go in with my channel. And I didn't want to just be making random videos about nothing, or about, you know, just videos about nothing basically. And so anyway, though, that's not the point of this story. But here I am today. And when I told myself that I was going to stop driving Lyft, that was in April or May. I think it was April. I can't remember. But when I told myself that, I knew that I wasn't going back to regular work. And I knew that there was something in me telling me to just have faith and trust in this process, because I know that I'm supposed to be doing my own thing. And so, you know, in that time, I still had my money, but I still, in the back of my head, I'm freaking out about the fact that I don't have any more money coming in. So, you know, your money goes quick when you don't have no money coming in. And so I'm like, man, like, you know, my money's going down. What am I going to do? I started like calculating, okay, I have enough money left for this much rent and this much of my bills. And in September is when all of that money was gone. And then I realized that I still had like $5,000 left somewhere else. And so I withdrew that money, and that was enough for me to cover my October, or no, in August, that other money ran out. So the $5,000 was enough for me to cover my September and October rent, and then, you know, take care of a couple of bills. And so here I am now in November, and I'm like, all my money options are completely gone, and I'm still not working. And I said to myself, like, am I tripping again? Like, because, man, I don't know why. I always got to burp when I start doing these videos. But anyway, I realized that where I am right now is the same place that I was in December when I first heard to stop working and to trust the process. And I told myself, I was like, this time, like, it got real, y'all. Oof. When you have to have faith, like, I mean, you always have to have faith, but when you are specifically having faith in a certain thing, like, it can get a little bit scary. And so my rent, like, today is November 4th, and the first came around and I had $0 for my rent, and I was like, where in the world am I about to get $1,300 from? Because the 3rd is the last day that you could pay it before it's late. And I'm like, where am I about to get $1,300 from? Like, do I need to get in my car and go drive? Like, what do I need to do? And so the first day, I was like, I'm just getting my car, and on Tuesday, which was the 2nd, and I'm just gonna drive. And something in me just still was feeling like, no, don't get in your car and go drive. Just trust that the money's gonna come up. This is also where the angel numbers really came into play during this specific situation, because every time I asked the question, like, do I need to get a job? Do I need to go drive Lyft? A random angel number would start popping up. And every time I read it, like that video that I posted, if anybody saw, that said trust the signs, and it was about angel number 202. Like, I got those kind of messages that were telling me, stay on this path that you're on, have faith and trust. Like, so this is why y'all gotta pay attention to these numbers, okay? Just had to say that. I had to jump in the middle of this story just to throw that in there. And so I'm like, okay. And so I didn't get in my car, and my friend, I was telling her about it, and she asked me, she was like, well, have you prayed? Have you meditated about it? And I was like, I have not. And so, I mean, because my mind was just so all over the place, like, I just need to know what it is that I need to be doing right now. And so I did a meditation, and I still just was hearing crickets. I didn't know what I was supposed to do. And I'm like, today is the 2nd, like, tomorrow's the last day that I can pay this rent before it's late. And so she asked me on the 2nd, she said, well, maybe you should fast tomorrow. She was like, do you want me to fast with you? And I said, yeah. So we fasted yesterday, y'all. Yesterday was the 3rd. Still didn't get in my car and go drive because it just I wasn't being called to get in my car and drive. And so I did the fast with her, and when I tell y'all, like, that was the hardest fast that I've ever done in my life. But yesterday my credit score, like, randomly jumped up 69 points, and I also got the money for my rent. Like, so crazy. My friend, the one who did the fast with me, she actually was the one who ended up having some money come to her, and she was able to help me out. And she surprised me. Like, I told her when she sent me an email, the email that she got about the money that she was getting, and it said that it would hit her account today. And she was like, girl, how much do you need? And I told her how much I needed. I was like, but honestly, like, I'll just take whatever you can give me, like, and I can figure the rest out. And she gave me more than what I needed, which was another blessing, because my car insurance also ended up coming out today, which I didn't realize was about to happen. But so my rent and my car insurance got taken care of today. And, you know, the reason that I wanted to share this story is because, like, faith can have you out here in these streets looking real crazy, okay? Because if I had told anybody besides my cousin knew the situation, and my friend that was able to help me through the situation. If I had told anybody else that what I had been hearing, like about not working and trusting that the money was going to come, people was going to look at me like I was crazy. I was looking at me like I was crazy. Like, I had to question myself. Like, are you really doing this? Like, this doesn't make any sense. But I woke up this morning and something told me. So last night, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make my rent payment. Y'all know them ACH payments, they take a couple days to come out your account, so it gives you a little bit more time. So I was like, I'm going to make an ACH payment, and whatever happens, happens. And I woke up this morning and my rent was paid. So when you hear that voice in your head telling you to do something, like, you know, I say God, like God is who I grew up on. I know God has many names. I know people say different things. So, you know, nobody take offense if I say God, that's just what I say. But when you hear God speak to you, like, you got to listen. And at some point, it's gonna feel a little shaky, but you just got to keep trusting and believe that everything is gonna work out. Like, no matter how down to the wire it gets, no matter how crazy you look, like, you just have to know and trust and have faith that everything is going to work out. And it's so crazy because as I'm sitting here, you know, thinking about it, I thought to myself earlier today, like, where would I be today had I listened back in December when I heard the same message? And so that's why we have to, like, don't delay whatever it is that you're being told to do. Like, just do it. Just do it now, because look at me. We're all the way. It's almost a year later. Like, we're in November now, and it's almost a year later that I first heard this message. So I just wanted to share that. That's kind of my little testimony story, because I needed that, though. I needed that to really strengthen my faith, because when it comes to money, like, I've gotten to a point where I don't want to chase after money anymore. And I really want to help people. And, you know, I'm still figuring out in what way I want to help people, but I know that that's what I want to do. And I also want to be an entrepreneur. Like, I have so many different business ideas. Working at a regular 9-to-5 job is just not me. Like, I've known that since I was a kid that it wasn't me, and I knew it when I did it that it wasn't me. So I know that this process for me is going to have moments where it looks like this, where it looks like it's getting down to the wire and something's not going to happen. But I needed this moment to really teach me how to strengthen my faith, so that when I do get to those moments, I don't get scared and start making fear-based decisions. Okay. So anyway, this video is kind of long. I just wanted to share that, though. So if anybody has any questions or any stories that they want to share, like, just drop them in the comments. And I'll see y'all in my next video. Y'all have an amazing, beautiful, blessed day. And thank y'all so much for watching, especially if you made it to the end. All right, I'll see y'all later.